Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for stopping by this afternoon. It is Wednesday, November, 26th, 2025. My name is Maureen Ralphus, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. I have been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 28 years now, and I love what I do. I'm here to help you find the joy of card making and paper crafting, to give you tips and tricks to make that easier and more fun for you, and then to encourage you to send out your beautiful creations to others so that they can enjoy them too. The goal is to eradicate loneliness one card at a time. So it is the day before Thanksgiving, and I have so much to be thankful for. Life is good. It can be hard, but it is good, and God is good all the time. Just a quick update on my granddaughter, Makai. So a lot of you saw my posts. On Sunday, she was playing in a soccer game with her travel soccer team up in Indianapolis, and she did a header of the ball into the goal, and just after she did that, a player hit her from the side and she fell and came down on her right arm. And so they took her to urgent care. There was a doctor there on the field. He splinted it using some of her shin guards, which worked. Hi, Karen, glad you're here. They took her to urgent care, but the urgent care there didn't have availability of an x-ray machine on the weekends. So Heidi brought her home, and then Monday morning I took her in here in Murfreesboro to get it checked. And she kept saying, "Oh, I think it's just sprained. I just think it's sprained." And wishful thinking. Anyway, they took her in, and it was broke, and it was broke bad. And so she had to come back yesterday for surgery. They ended up, she broke the bone, let me think if it's right, the bone here, whatever that is. And they ended up putting a metal plate and 5 screws in to hold it. And then she broke this bone on the joint here, and they had to put a fish hook type plate, he said, that holds it in place in a screw, and those will stay in. But then she also separated the 2 bones and the ligaments here in the middle at the joint. So they had to pin those by putting a pin through to hold them. And that pin will remain there for a few weeks, and then they'll take the pin out. So she had a lot going on. It was not a fun day. I sat there with my daughter and we waited, but it was all good news. They're very, very hopeful. It'll heal perfectly. She'll be fine. She'll go through physical therapy. She'll be able to continue her soccer. It's a rough time right now, so if you can say a prayer for her. She's in a lot of pain. She's also in the middle of showcases and trying to get a scholarship for college for soccer, and it's just, it's all in God's hands. So anyway, I just wanted to update you. That is why I was not on yesterday, in case you didn't know, but I'm here today. And my project yesterday was kind of a technique project. So my Technique Tuesday project is going to be today on Wednesday. If you're hopping on to watch, please be sure to give me a hello in the comments so I know you stopped by. And if you're watching later on the replay, let me know that too. I love to hear from you. All comments entered today, though at least midnight tomorrow, will be entered for a chance to win the card I make today. Congratulations to the winner of my last card giveaway. It was Shannon Campbell. And Shannon, that will be on its way out in the mail to you on Friday. I didn't get to it today. I knew I wouldn't. And tomorrow's Thanksgiving here, so it'll be the next day. But I will get it to you, I promise. A reminder, if any of you can share my video to a crafty group, to a crafty friend, to your home page, email me somewhere. That is wonderful. Hi, Penny. Glad you're watching. Let me know if you do that, and I will give you a bonus entry for today's drawing. Okay, guys, I'm going to turn you around and take you down to my table. This is me, Maureen Ralphus, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. My blog is crazystampinglady.blogspot.com. My email is crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My Facebook is facebook.com/crazystampinglady. My YouTube is under my name, Maureen Rolfus, and you can shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. Stampin' Up! Does have a rewards program, so for every online order of $20 or more that you put in, you will automatically receive 10% back in rewards on a future purchase. Those rewards are redeemable for up to 1 year. It is a great program. The only caveat is you do have to have an online customer account, and you do need to have opted in for the rewards. So you can get your account at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. I have one card to share with you from my friend Lori for Thanksgiving. She made this cute little punch art turkey, which is so cute, and then did that angle gatefold card to put it on as a belly band for Happy Thanksgiving. Lori, thank you so much. It is adorable. I have made a few of those little, did I say pumpkin? I think I said pumpkin. I'm sorry. I didn't get a ton of sleep the last couple of nights praying for my granddaughter, and then sitting at the hospital has been tough, so I'm sorry if I'm distracted. I don't know if I said pumpkin or not, but he is not a pumpkin. He is a turkey with little googly eyes. So thank you again, Lori, for thinking of me and making that adorable card. This is my free monthly card kit for purchases. To earn a free online class card kit, just place a $50 order or more. A $50 order will get you 3 card packets in your kit. A $75 order will get you 3 card packets plus a bonus project. $100 will get you a 3 card packet kit plus a bonus project plus a half a pack of an embellishment. Any smaller order you place will receive a handmade card from me at the end of the month as a thank you, and all orders are entered into my monthly order prize drawing. The December class for kits that you earned in November will be mailed out to you soon. I'm not going to wait till the 1st because I want you to have them on time, so hopefully you will. And then I'm hoping to get them up Friday or Saturday. But then that class will be on Monday, December 8th. And that class will be right here in this Facebook page at 11 o'clock in the morning. It is there for all to watch. But if you have the kit, you can craft along with me. Also, this month has been all about kits with me. We have so many wonderful kits in our kits collection as well as scrapbooking kits. So I am giving away 2 prizes. I'm taking everyone who orders any kit from me this month and putting them into a hat, and I will choose 2 winners, and the winners will receive from me a pack of note cards and envelopes and a pack of basic rhinestone jewels. Those are 2 of the neatest things to have if you're doing kits, because you can expand your card collection from your kits to go much further if you have those. So I am going to send those to 2 lucky winners. The winners will be drawn on the beginning of December and announced. So I just hope you'll take a chance to try one of our amazing kits and see how easy and fun they can be. You can order them at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. You can search under Kits Collection or Scrapbooking Kits, and anything you order in those will qualify you. Then we currently have a Black Friday celebration going on. It started yesterday. It goes through December 1st with Black Friday specials. There's 40% off Stampin' Blends, off trimmers and blades, off ink bundles, 25% off select adhesives, and 15% off select cardstock. I will tell you a lot of it is sold out already. That is the nature of a Black Friday sale. Whether you do it online or go to a store, things sell out fast, and these are only available while supplies last. But there are still quite a few things out there on that sale, so check that out. And then, just a quick announcement that we have a product of the month starting in December. So I've mentioned to you before that next year we will no longer be doing celebration. Instead of doing a 2-month celebration where you can earn free product, we're going to do a product of the month every month. So to participate in the Product of the Month program, you must have an online Stampin' Up! Account. And then every month there will be a new product. The product will be exclusive to this promotion. So it won't be sold anywhere else. You won't be able to get it at a later time. It is only in the promotion and only while supplies last. So you ask if we could run out of the products before the end of the month? Yes, many times that most likely will happen. And then they're gone and there's no product of the month for that month. If it doesn't sell out, it will continue on through the future months until it does. Note that you can only get one of each of the products of the month, if that makes sense. So in December, there will be an exclusive product. It'll be announced in December. It'll be, I don't know what it'll be. It could be a die set. It could be paper. It could be a ribbon. It could be a pack of embellishments. But they will all be something beautiful and designed by the Stampin' Up! Team, but they will be exclusive to this. And the way you can get them is once you hit $75 in an order, one single order in the month, you can purchase the product of the month for $5. And it's one time only. I'm excited about it. I think it'll be fun because that's going to give us 12 products throughout the year. Maybe not everyone will apply to you. You won't need it, but I bet a lot of them will. So it's pretty exciting. The product of the month is $5. So once you hit that $75 level, you can get it for $5. Again, you can only get one of them. So if you put in two $75 orders, you won't get a second one. So just be aware of that. And I think that's it. So pretty excited about that. Can't wait to see what the first product is and share it with you guys. We won't get it early. There's no pre-order on it, so I can only share you a picture because I'll get announced what it is the same time that you do. Okay, guys, let's get crafting. Hopefully I can keep my mind straight and know what I'm doing. Today we're using the Ornamental Christmas Bundle. Great, great Christmas bundle. It coordinates with our ornamental Christmas paper, which I can't remember the exact name of that right now. Do I have it here close? I do. It coordinates with modern Christmas paper. We're not using the modern Christmas paper with it, although you could for what I'm making. So when you see it, if you want to do that, that would work just fine. But I'm using a couple sentiments out of here in one of the dies. So that's what we're using today. And this is kind of a technique. It's a fun, scrappy technique. I have done it before, but not for many years. And I saw someone recently do it, which always rejuvenates me and goes, oh, why don't you do that, Maureen? So I'm going to. What we're going to be using is the Elegant Pine Designer Series paper. Now, I don't think I've shown this before, so I'm going to grab out one of each. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think these should be 6 different ones. These are the papers that come in this packet, and they are gorgeous. Just look at these very traditional Christmas colors. There's greens and peacock, I think, is in there, and old olive. Looks like cherry cobbler. And they're all pine boughs, but they are, in a lot of them, in the designs of snowflakes, which I think is just so creative. Here is one on black, which is very elegant, and another design, and then another black design. And they are so, so pretty. Let me turn them over so you can see the backs. So the backs are all more neutral. A couple of them, actually 3 of them, let me grab that third one here just so I can show you, are made to look like a frosty window or frost on a window in the 3 different colors right here. Very cool patterns. Look at that. And then the other 3 all have snowflakes on, but a much more neutral pattern than this side. That's pretty busy. So really, really pretty also. Fun for the holidays, very interchangeable. So if you had made a ton of cards, you could cut them all up and use them and your design would work just fine. Love it, love it, love it. Very, very beautiful paper. And again, that's called the Elegant Pines DSP. It was an online exclusive, so it's not in the catalog. So make sure you check out our online exclusives. Okay, so what we're going to be making with this is a scrappy card, like I told you. It is a positive, negative card. Oh, I did want to do one more comment real quick. I am not having a sketch challenge this week. That would have been this week that I would have, this month that I would have introduced it. And just with everything with my granddaughter, I didn't get around to planning a sketch challenge. So there will be none this month. We'll see about December, but I love my sketch challenges, and I hope you'll watch for my next one in the future when that comes up. Okay, so for today's card, back to that. We have a basic white envelope, a basic white piece of cardstock for our base. It is A2 size, so it is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and we are going to use this base horizontally. Then I have a piece of shaded spruce that is 3 by 4 inches. A piece of basic white, actually 2 pieces. This one is 3 by 3.5, so it fits, is that correct? Let me think. 3 by 3 by 4. Let me check which one. I want to make sure I'm giving you the right size because I'm a little out of it. Nope, that is not what this one is. This piece is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and this is, I might have cut these wrong, guys. Let's hope they work. This one's going to go on here like this. This one's going to be what I cut. Yep, it should work. Okay, so again, this one is 3 by 4. This is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And this one is 3 by 3.5. This is the one that we're going to do our scrappy technique on. So I'm just going to start there. I am going to grab my Tombow glue, and I'm just going to put Tombow glue all over this sheet, trying to get it up pretty close to the edges. And I'm only doing about half of it because it will start to dry. I'll add the other half later as I go. Let me grab my little holder here for it. And then we're going to place strips of designer series paper. Now, some of these really were scraps, and some of them I had to cut to use. These are all about a 1/2 inch by maybe 4 inches. I cut them around that just to use on here. I just wanted them to fit nicely onto my paper. And we're just going to take these and lay them onto the paper, and I'm going to lay them right next to each other. And that's why Tombow glue works so well. You can butt them right up to the end and right up to each other. And I'm going to just kind of rotate some of the patterns here. There's no right or wrong as you do this, so you choose what you like and you make it that way. Put that one right up to the top. The back sides and the front sides are what I'm using. This is only really 2 designs of the paper, so I just stuck with those for the coordination of this. I think I want more of a white one. Do I have another white one? Here we do have one. I need more glue. I can see I've run out of my Tombow, so let's do Tombow on the rest of this. Now you could do this by putting seal on here or using the adhesive sheets. All of those work. The thing with Tombow is it gives you a little wiggle room, a little while to work with it and push them up next to each other. So for me, when I'm doing something like this, Tombow seems to work the best. Okay, so I'm going to push that one right up there, and then we'll just kind of repeat these same ones until our cardstock is filled up. And I like the contrast of the dark and the light on here. I just think it looks really cool. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think I need to put anything down here. I think this is going to be long enough for the die that I'm going to use. So let me grab that. Oh yeah, that's plenty long. So I'm not going to worry about filling up this little spot here at the end. I will keep these for another time and set them to the side. I'm going to take my snips and just cut off all of the excess hanging over the edge here. And that was nice. Cutting them down to like 4 inches just made them easier to work with. So that is why I did that. Otherwise, if you have, I usually end up with 1/2 by 12 inch when I'm cutting my DSP apart. And then I just used those 12-inch strips and cut them into about 4-inch segments, and it worked out fantastic. Okay, so here's our piece. Now we're gonna die cut this Christmas tree out of here. You can die cut for this any larger, non-detailed die. So you just want an outline die for this. And this tree is from that same bundle we're using, the Ornamental Christmas bundle. And then I just got to decide how I want to place it. Like, what part do I want to show the most? What do I want at the top of my tree and the bottom? And I never know this till I get it all put together here. So I think I'm going to go kind of like a little bit of that dark at the bottom. I think I'm going to place it just about like there. So let me grab our mini cut and emboss machine and place this on here, my 2 plates. Place this back on here so that I want some of those red berries to show, and I want that very bottom kind of to look like a little tree stand or something there. That's why I have the dark. So let's go with that. And run this through. Now it is double thickness because it's the designer series paper on top of the cardstock. So I am going to run it both ways just to make sure it cuts through all the way on here. And there we go. We have our scrappy little tree and our scrappy little outline. Now my outline, I should have centered it. I wanted to center it a little bit better. I'm a little bit off. So I'm going to trim it down. You wouldn't necessarily have to, but we are going to use even the outline on here. So the first thing I'm going to do here is just come and trim off that little excess at the bottom where it was just white. Just a tiny little bit. And then I'm going to come in here on the side that's a little bit wider and trim off a tiny little bit there too. That'll give me a hair of a border more around the edge than I would have had otherwise, but I think that will be fine. So that's pretty close to centered. Maybe not exact, but I don't think anyone's gonna notice. Alrighty, that is that. Then the next thing we want to do is kind of prep the rest of our stuff here. So I'm going to grab my shaded spruce ink and the sentiment that says "'Tis the season." And I know the placement on here because I made one before. If you didn't, you could do the other part first and then come back and place this. But I'm going to place this over here to the right, pretty close to the right. It's kind of a nice bold sentiment, which I like. "'Tis the season." And then we're also going to put that on our envelope because you know I don't like naked envelopes. And then I'm going to take the other sentiment from this set, which is "Merry Christmas," a nice big Merry Christmas. And we're going to put that on the inside of this card. So I might as well do that right away while I have my ink out. Let's ink it up good. I'm going to place that right in the middle here. Okay, I love that. That sentiment is beautiful, and I've used it on a lot of my holiday cards this year. So let's get this out of the way. So this is the front of our card. I'm going to take my piece of shaded spruce, and on it I'm going to place this piece of white, and then on it we're going to do our negative and positive. So, and then this will all go onto the card. So to do the negative positive, I'm going to cut this piece right down the middle of this tree. And it is going to be slightly off-centered. So after I cut it, just because I'm just a hair more on this side, I may trim that down again. I don't think I will. I don't think it's going to matter. But I have that prerogative should I want to do it. And I think to cut it, just because it's tiny, I'm going to use my little guillotine cutter. You can use your Stampin' cutter. They are actually on sale on the Black Friday sale right now. If you need one of those, then that would work fine too. But I have this one really nice and handy. So I just put my tree right back into that cut. And then I'm going to come in here and center my tree right down the middle, or as close as I can to the middle, just like that, and take the 2 parts. So now we actually have 4 sections. We have the 2 outer sections and the 2 inner sections, and we're going to switch them. I'm going to move this one over here and this one over here. So that's why I said we're going to have a positive and negative. You can actually make 2 cards with this now. So I'm going to set this one out to the side, and we're just going to make 1 today. I'm going to take this piece and lay it on here just to see my border and see how far I want it over. And then this piece. And this is why I didn't think that edge would matter so much, because we're actually doing 2 different ones. So the fact that the edges aren't quite equal doesn't really matter. All right, can you see how that's coming together? So I'm going to, because of the funny edges on here, just use Tombow again for this. My voice is a little scratchy. That was kind of weird. I don't know where that came from. I was feeling great with no dryness in my throat today, and all of a sudden there it goes. But I do have coffee really close by should I need it. Okay, let's get some Tombow on there, a light coating. I don't want it to ooze out. And I'm going to place this onto my white sheet with a pretty even border to the top, bottom, and sides. Just like that. And then I'm going to take the opposite part of the tree, the part that's going to go right here, and we'll put some Tombow on the back of here also. This is where Tombow really comes in handy, where you need to place something and have a little wiggle room to move it around. It is my favorite glue to use then. Normally Seal is my go-to, but Tombow definitely has its place. And I'm going to use a tweezers for this piece because I want to be able to line it up perfectly without touching it down until I'm ready. So a tweezers is always nice to have handy. And I'm just placing that right where it would have been before it got cut in half. So this is our positive negative image that we're going to use. I'm going to take this and we're going to add it to the spruce layer. So for that I am going to use Seal. Hope you guys are having a great day and getting ready for, if you're here in the United States, Thanksgiving tomorrow. We are having Thanksgiving at my daughter's house where my granddaughter is, and hopefully it'll all come together good and she'll be able to celebrate a little bit with us. I don't think she's going to be feeling too great. She's probably going to be in pain yet, but I'm hoping that it passes quickly. We're going to use this piece now and place it over here. And I'm going to place this to the side, kind of the same thought, that has a pretty even top, side, and bottom border. Just like this. And then our card is almost done, guys. So these are really quick and fun and easy and a great way to use up your scraps. We do need some bling. So for my bling on here, I am going to use the faceted snowflake embellishments. These are red, peacock, and clear, and they are an online exclusive again. They're not in the catalog, so check out the online exclusives. We're going to take one of these snowflakes, which to me also looks like a star, and we're going to place it right on the top of our Christmas tree. I'm using the larger size for this. There's 2 sizes right there so that my peaks of my star are right on the line, right down the middle of the tree, just like that. And then I'm going to come over here and grab a couple more of these to embellish on the side and form my triangle. So let's take a larger one again, and I'm going to place that right here, like that. And then one of the smaller ones, which aren't much smaller, guys. They're really a nice size. They're very pretty. They're a little thick on your page compared to most of the embellishments I use because I like the flat ones, but they're not horrible and they give such a gorgeous look. So there is that whole completed project. Now let me show you the one I did ahead of time, because for that one I did both of them so you can see how the other one would look also. So here is my one that I made like this. And then here is the one that I made that was the opposite. Just like that. Now on this one, I used, what did I use? Mossy Meadow background paper. So you can use an assortment if you're trying to make a bunch of these up for the holidays. And I used rhinestone gems because you know I love rhinestone gems. And they work just beautifully also on this tree. And then I tried one more design. Let's get these out of the way. I tried the big snowflake from that Pine Bough snowflake set, and I made this one, and I also like it. It has the big snowflake. To me, the image is a little harder to recognize than the tree, so that was why I decided to switch to this, but I still like it. I added some of the pearlized gems on there and a little bit of the gold and white ribbon. I think it turned out great too. So a fun technique for a couple reasons. One, you use up all of those scraps. Two, from every time you cut it, you're going to get 2 cards out of that. And 3, just because it's something different. And I always like to try new things, especially at Christmas when I'm making so many cards. It's kind of fun to switch it up a little bit. So I hope you liked it too. I appreciate you being here with me today. Don't forget to leave your comments. Each comment counts as an entry to win today's card, which is right here. I would love to have your business if you're looking for a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator or products, or if you have questions, please feel free to contact me. I'm here to answer your questions and be your creative coach. So if you have any questions at all, you can leave them here in the comments or reach out to me by email at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. At this point, I do not think I will be back here on Friday just because of the holidays and family time tomorrow. But I do plan to be back here on Tuesday with more creative inspiration. I hope you'll plan to join me Tuesday morning, 10:30 a.m. Central Time, right here in this Facebook page. And I want to wish all of my friends in the United States happy Thanksgiving. And to all of you, I am very thankful for you. Take care. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.